So now the main question that you will ask, that which one is good, which one is bad, which one should I write, function, expression or declaration? Hey there, this is Gaurav. Welcome back with another video of the series Learn JavaScript from Scratch. So in the last video, I have already discussed about function, right? Like why we need function, how to write a function, syntax and some example. So in this video, I will show you two important concepts that we have in JavaScript, and this is very important. That is declaration versus expression. So in this series, I think I have often used these two terms, declaration versus expression. I will show you how to write a function in different way, that is called function expression. So today we'll be talking about function declaration versus function expression, and what is the difference between them, how to write it, why you should write it. So without wasting any further time, let's jump right in. And hold on, this is a very important topic. Just watch this video till the end. So before talking about function declaration versus function expression, let's understand declaration versus expression, okay, in generic way. So if I talk about expression first, expression is nothing but, I would say, a unit of code which will be or can be evaluated to a value. An expression will always produce a value. Okay, keep this word in your mind. An expression always produces a value. So whenever JavaScript expect a value, you should write an expression. And what about declaration? Sometimes we are calling declaration as a statement. So it is nothing but a statement or an instruction, I would say, to perform specific action or certain task. It will not give you or produce immediate value or result. So I hope you got the idea, but still let me give you some examples so that it will be clear to you. So if I talk about expression, okay, so if I write, let's say 10 plus 50, then this will produce a value or immediate result, that is 60. So this is nothing but my expression. Now in declaration, if I write a function, let's say function definition, I'm writing a function getSum, which will return the sum of two numbers AB, right? So this is not going to produce immediate result or value, right? Because we are not calling it, right? But this is for doing certain action or specific action or task. But if I'll call it getSum with two value, then it will give you immediate result. And now this will be my expression. So got the idea between expression and declaration? So you should understand which one is expression and which one is declaration. So based on this concept, we can write function in different way in JavaScript. In the previous video, we have talked about function declaration, right? This syntax, I think you can remember it. If you haven't watched the video, just go and have a watch. Now in this video, I will show you how to write function expression. So without wasting any further time, let's dive in. So now let's talk about function declaration versus function expression. So let me just write a very simple function using function declaration. So I think you already know about it because in the last video we have already discussed about function declaration, right? The same syntax I will use here in order to write function declaration. So let's say I'm writing function. So we have to give a name. Let's say it is my declaration in short, okay? And this will just print something in console. Let's say it is a function declaration. Okay, so now if I just call this function, how we can call it? Using the name. Very simple. If I just call it, we will get the output. Function declaration. Perfect. It is very simple. Now let me show you how to write a function using function expression. So in that case, we have to write the syntax the same way we are storing some value in a variable, right? So if I write, let's say var, and here is where I will write a name. Let's say it is my expression, okay, equal to, and then I will write function keyword. And like this, you can see we do not have any name here, right? So that is why function expression is anonymous. Function declaration must have some name, but function expression, it doesn't have any name, it is anonymous. So that is the first difference. So now here I will write the same thing. So now how I can call it? I can call it based on this variable. So if I just write this variable and call it, let me just clear and run. You can see I'm getting output from function expression. So this is a syntax of writing function expression. So the main difference, I would say, it is anonymous. We do not have any name in case of function expression. So what are the other difference that we have? So one difference I can say that in function declaration, we are having name, right? Like this. So it is readable. Anyone can easily understand this is a function. But it is not that readable. Rather, it is very flexible. Why? Because you can store, let's say, same definition using different variable. And one more thing, if you look at the syntax very carefully, you can easily understand this is nothing but my expression. How? In the left hand side, we can see we are storing something in a variable, right? So it is expecting something. Okay, so what are the other difference that we have here? And the other difference, or I would say the most important difference we have, is function declaration is wasted, whereas function expression is not wasted. Let me tell you with an example. Say we are calling this function declaration after definition, right? Now what happens if I call it before the definition? Now if I just run it, you can see still we are getting the result. What happens if we do the same thing in case of expression? Let's see. See, we are not getting, rather we are getting some error. My expression is not a function. Why it's so? It's because function created by function declaration is wasted. Wasted means, the term wasted means, I will discuss about the term wasted very deeply in the upcoming videos when we will learn about how JavaScript is running behind the scene. But wasted means JavaScript basically running in two phases. One is called creation phase, another one is called execution phase. So your definition of the function is already available before the execution phase. It is already wasted to the top. So how I can prove it? We can prove it like if I just console.log, let's say, if I just try to print the function, you're not calling it now, okay? You're trying to print the definition of the function. So we can easily prove that the function is already available before the definition, because in the creation phase, this function is already available and wasted to the top. Whereas in case of expression, it doesn't happen. Why? Now in expression, we are storing this function in a variable, right? And this variable is wasted if we are using a var keyword. So we are having other keyword to create a variable like let const, which we will learn in the upcoming videos. But if you are using var keyword, then still this variable is wasted. This variable is wasted. How we can prove it? We can prove it very simply. If I just write console.log and if I try to print the definition of the function, it should give you undefined. See, it is not giving any error. That means the variable is wasted. Okay, if it is not wasted, then it will give you some error, but it is wasted. It is already available, but it has some value that is undefined. Some default value which is undefined is assigned to this value. So that is why in function expression, the function is not wasted. Now if I use other keyword here, later const, which we will see in upcoming videos, then you will see we will get some error over here. Okay, so it is very important, and I think this is the best practice which we have in case of expression, that you should not call a function before defining it, right? So that is why I can say function expression supports best practice. And one more thing I can say regarding function expression, that function expression actually promotes, or I would say shows, the true nature of first class function, the concept that we have in JavaScript. So first class function means a function can be treated as a normal variable. We'll talk about this topic deeply when we will learn about callback. But first class function means a function can be stored like a variable in a variable. Also, a function can be passed as an argument to a function like a variable. So this is what called first class function. So function expression actually shows the true nature of JavaScript first class function. So now the main question that you will ask, that which one is good, which one is bad, which one should I write, function expression or declaration? See, we do not have any straight cut or straightforward answer for this, but I can say like you can write anything you want, but in some situation in JavaScript, you are bound to write, you are forced to write function expression. Like if I talk about IFE, like immediate invoked function expression or callback, in those scenario you have to write function expression only, like an anonymous function. But in other case you can write declaration or expression, whatever you want. As I mentioned, declaration will give you more readability, where this will give you flexibility, and this is what shows the true nature of first class function in JavaScript. So it's up to you, whatever you want, both will work. So just let me recap what we have seen, the difference between declaration and expression. In declaration, it should have some name. It is more readable as we are having name. It is vested because it is already available to the top in creation phase before the execution phase, and it doesn't show the true nature of JavaScript first class function. Whereas in function expression, it is anonymous, it doesn't have any name, it is more flexible. It is not vested, which is what is basically, I would say, support the best practice. Like you should not call a function before definition. And then it is what shows the true nature of function or first class function, because we are storing a function in a variable and we are using that variable, right? So I hope you got the idea regarding function declaration and function expression. And this is a very important concept that we have in JavaScript. So thanks for watching. Take care. Tata. Bye-bye.